Just a sense that he's on. All right, so we're right into it. Already getting... Nick is going to be getting that early percentage. Steve already responding right back to it. Let's see. Yep, Steve. So far, I would say it's pretty even. Steve is unfortunately getting that lead a bit early. Nick is unfortunately... Oh, there we go. Getting some percentage back. Still going to be a really even game as of now. Nick is just kind of waiting for that opportunity to get that hit in. Steve is not going to make it easy for him. Already 80% on Nick. Can Pixel... Let's see. Can Pixel... Oh, gets him in the minecart. Very cool. Very cool. Already getting mining for some resources here. Nick still going to be jumping around. Nick is unfortunately on really high percentage here. If Pixel can just land one really good hit, Steve is most likely going to get that kill. But yeah, as of now, Pixel is just going to be farming for free. Nick can't really do anything about it and gets flung off the stage just like that from just one hit on just... I wasn't really that high of a percent, but wow. And then we have 80% on Steve. If Nick can just get any sort of damage going and get the stock back, it should be anyone's game, and does connect with that. Does Steve get back up? He does get the recovery. And Steve is just going to go right back to mining. If Nick can just get this stock, and he should be right back in the game. Unfortunately, Steve is not making it easy for him. Getting that really high percentage, starting to get really high. Nick really needs to get this. Oh, there it is. Okay, there it is. Nick is going to be getting that stock right back. Going to be right back in this game. Let's see. Oh, there it is. Getting that percentage. Dodges the minecart this time. Already 80% and 30% on Steve. If he can just connect this, that would be lovely. Really good in his favor. Nick, unfortunately, dodges the hook. Or the fishing hook. Ooh, does connect a really good hit on Steve here. Can he get... Ooh, gets back on stage. Steve ready, right back to mining. Ooh, gets that connect on Steve. And can he finish the kill? Does not look like he can. If he can just get one more hit. No, very high percentage for both players here. Anyone's game here, anyone's stock here, really. Steve may, I feel like, has the upper hand here in getting the stock. If Nick can just get one good hit. Unfortunately, he's not going to get the hit. Gets flung off. Nick, doesn't kill here. Getting a little bit of percentage on Nick. Pixel, nice. Pixel is going to be a really high percentage here. Steve gets him in the minecart. Does he go back to mining here, or does he go for the hit? No, still. Oh, okay, does kill. Okay, anyone's game here. Nick is really at a disadvantage with the 40%. But if Nick can hit Steve a little bit, can be right back in this game. Gonna go right back to mining for some resources here. Gets put in the minecart. Oop, okay, Steve. Okay, really high percentage on Nick here. Needs to start. Ooh, okay, almost about to be hit 100. This is really looking in Steve's favor. And does that kill? It does. Wow. Okay, so Nick is going to be, unfortunately, losing the first game out of the set. Steve is unfortunately going to be superior in this match here. Best of 5, and Nick was kind of keeping it close. Let's see if Nick can correct the mistakes and bring it out in game 2, and hopefully take this game back and make it 1-1. Already getting good percentage on Steve here. Unfortunately, he's going to let him mine a bit. Okay. Misses the attack. Steve is just going to be constantly pressuring. Gets that nice attack on Steve here. Does he dodge the minecart? Yes, he does. Okay, going to be mining a little bit. So far, Nick is doing a really good job at pressuring a little bit, but wow, just a couple hits and Steve's right back in this game. Very, very, very... Ooh, okay, Steve turns that fight. Nick needs to... Wow, Steve is just not letting him come close, unfortunately. Nick is doing everything he can to possibly fix this. Okay. Nick, unfortunately, is not going to get any sort of pressure. Steve is constantly putting in... Dodges the minecart there. Wow, gets hit with the... Ooh, okay. Okay. He can just connect a hit. I feel like... It's still anyone's game here. Even though Nick's at a high percentage, just one good hit. Oh, wow. It's absolutely flung off. Okay, so Nick is going to be down a stock and percentage. Nick needs to stop the bleeding. Otherwise, it's going to turn into Steve's favor really fast. And you don't want that against a Steve, I would assume. Because Steve does so much damage so early on. But Nick needs to really look for the stock kill. Unfortunately, he's not going to get it. But it's almost going to be tied in percentages and get down a full stock now. Is he going to two-stock him here? Oh, misses that. Oh, doesn't kill Steve here. Wow, and Steve's going to flung... Oh my, okay. Nick needs to start making some pressure. Unfortunately, Steve is not making it easy for him, especially with the blocks, and especially with the hits too. Steve is unfortunately going to be living here. Nick needs to really... Oh, in the air. Does Nick capitalize? Needs to really get the stock now, or else this... Oh, there it is. Okay. 2-2, but Nick is at a high percentage. Needs to start getting percentage on the board here. Otherwise, it will still be in Steve's favor. Gets the percentage. Really nice, really nice. If he can just stay alive for a little bit longer, even if he doesn't get the stock right away, just getting percentage will always be better than not getting any percentage and losing the stock. Still at a high percentage, but still living. Steve is unfortunately letting him take some percentage off him. Dodges. Oh, doesn't dodge quite the minecart, and that is going to be flung off the stage. Nick put up a really good percentage there, even though he was down technically a stock. But yeah, Steve just needs one more stock to secure game 2. But Nick is not making it easy for him. Nick, I don't know, man. Nick does get the... Oh, does that kill? Oh, unfortunately, he's not going to kill there. And Nick really needed that kill there. But I would say anyone's game. If he can just get this stock, it's tied even, pretty much. But Nick is really putting the pressure in this game. Unfortunately, oh, Steve's going to miss some up airs. Okay, still not killing. It just needs one more solid good hit to kill Steve. Unfortunately, playing a little bit passive here. Trying not to get hit from Steve and trying not to lose any sort of more percentage than he needs to. Just needs one good hit to fling off Steve. And wow, Steve is still going to be living here, which is not something Nick needs right now. Nick needs to get this stock down. And there it is. That should kill. Yes, it is. Okay, anyone's game here. Nick is down a bit of percentage. Ooh, okay, that's probably not something you want to be hit by. Nick is down a little bit of percentage here. Ooh, does get the diamond sword. If Nick can keep that pressure, he can honestly keep Steve off stage, which would probably be better for him. Unfortunately, he's gonna miss that attack. Dodges the hits there. I mean, it's pretty even. Honestly, I feel like the next hit dictates where this fight and where this game is gonna go. Oh, okay. Steve has put on high percentage. Ooh. Nick needs to... Okay, there it is. There it is. If Nick can keep this pressure, keep him off stage, unfortunately, is not... Okay, Nick is still going to be living here. If he can just get another bit of more percentage, bit more pressure. Oh, and gets hit with the minecart, and that is going to be game 2, ladies and gentlemen. Pixel will be taking game 2. And honestly, Nick just needs to clean a little bit more of his stuff up, and he should be good and to put us in a game 4. But Steve again already coming out with the pressure. Nick needs unfortunately gets caught with the minecart. Nick unfortunately has yet to find any sort of hit or percentage on Steve here. Dodges the minecart this time. Very good. Dodges. Okay, liking the dodges a bit more, and hopefully we can see a bit of hits going on. Unfortunately, Nick is playing a bit more passive this game. There you go. The connection is there, but unfortunately is not going to get any other value out of that, and Steve's going to be putting right back. Wow, Steve is just going to be matching that percentage. Gets stuck in the minecart again, and Nick okay, there we go. Nick getting the percentage, and Steve is just going to be chilling right now. Oh, okay. Starting to match the percentage, starting to bring it back. Nick is slowly bringing it back. Oh, okay. Gets him off stage. Can he finish anything? Can he follow up after that? He does not look like he is. Steve knocking Nick right back off the stage. Pixel just going to be farming for free. Goes back to the crafting table. Gets the diamond sword. Nick really needs to... Oh, there it is. If Nick can secure this kill, that's going to be great for him. Unfortunately, he's going to be playing a bit more passive here. Doesn't want to be hit with a combo. Flings Steve off stage. Steve's going to be recovering just fine. Nick just needs to find this one solid hit. Yep, there it is. Okay, Nick's going to be up for the first time in the set. A stock. Unfortunately, gets stuck in the minecart. Needs to find a bit more percentage. Oh, and Steve is not going to allow that happening. And we are right back to 0-0. Oh, okay. Nick, this unfortunately is not... It's going to be comboed. Unfortunately, not going to pick up any sort of hit on Steve. And is going to be at a disadvantage right back again. Oh, there it is. Okay, a bit more combo, putting up percentage, but unfortunately still a little bit more behind. Needs to find a little bit more of something to kind of correct this. Gets that percentage right back in the game, right even. If he can... Oh, I think he wasted his power there. Okay, Steve. I think Steve's in a really good spot here. Just keeping Nick at bay. And again, Nick is just constantly whiffing some of these attacks or moves where I feel like it should be hitting Steve. If you just... Oh, and just gets flung off the stage just like that at very low percent. And okay, Nick needs to lock in here, otherwise it will be a game in Steve's favor, or Pixel's favor rather. But again, yeah, Nick is constantly getting that high percent. Unfortunately, is not able to do anything to respond to Steve's attacks. Okay, there it is. Steve, unfortunately, does he get the recovery? He does get the recovery. Okay. Unfortunately, he's going to be jumping over Nick's attacks. Can he... Oh, no. Nick needs to get this guy off stage and out, losing another stock, but does not look like he's going to get it. Oh, there it is. Oh, off stage. Steve is still, unfortunately, going to be in this game. Oh, doesn't quite dodge that attack there. Ooh, okay. And does Steve... Wow. Okay. Steve is going to be taking game 3. Moving on in the losers bracket. Oh, I gotta update the name. But wow, that is gonna be a 3-0 for Pixel.
Let's go, Steve.
And Nick unfortunately could not connect anything after that. Had the stock lead for just a brief moment, and then Steve just absolutely